Chaos, X-Dawgs, game 2 of this 3-game set. Chaos in white, X-Dawgs in black. We'll go to the X-Dawgs side because that sun is still bright behind us on their side. It's a lot easier to face it by back towards it than it is away from it. See what this new look Chaos team has on offense and defense today. Some familiar Chaos faces, but some misfits helping out as well. Chaos entering this. This is technically their 5th season playing 9-man. Played in Washington County in 2020, as well as 21. Played in KFFL in fall of 21. Almost there, done. Hello, sir. How you doing? Eisenberg to that right side. Great route, Ty. Great. Oh, good catch. Keep going. Hold right down. Here we go. Good start for the X-Dawgs. 1-0 so far. Puts them at 2nd place in Washington County currently, behind Cram Central. Point differential wise, they'd have the advantage, but we'll give momentum more so to the advantage right now. It's early in the season. A win here today, though, could solidify 1st place. They technically would have the point differential margin, 27 compared to Cram's 4 right now. Cram a 4-point win on Chaos last week. Dogs have a 27-point win on the Warriors just now. Worst defeat by the Warriors from the X-Dawgs since the fall of 2018. Eisenberg. McKeon, what a catch, what a play, 1st down.
Let's go.
And McKeon burning Brady better. A matchup that goes all the way back to the Killer Bees Ship Flip Gators rivalry years ago in Keystone, when Benner was a B and McKeon was a wide receiver for the Gators. Brady on Chaos now. McKeon on the X-Dawgs.
Don't switch. No, Brady, you good. That's his man. Don't switch.
One of the very few ship flip players still playing a 9-man from that time period. I'd love to see the Gators come back one day, just to have a team. I like more variety in teams coming out. Keeps it fun. Eisenberg fakes, looks, steps up, nowhere to go. Second down for the Dogs. Playing Chaos for what I believe right now would be the 6th time all-time. X-Dawgs undefeated so far in the series. I do believe Chaos might have got one last season in Shippensburg. Eisenberg, left side, pulled right down. 3rd down coming. Chaos might have lost both of them. Now that I think more on it. It's hard to keep a database in my head all the time. Needs upgrades from time to time. Eisenberg, sack steady. Catch coming in. Nowhere to go for Eisenberg. 4th down coming up. 4th down.
Hey, fellas. Hey, like that, every time, yo. If I can do that shit, y'all can do that shit, man. Hey, one more play, 4th go. Hey, alive. Outside move. It's coming. Shit, y'all can do that shit, man. Lock up. Let's go. Hey. Hey.
incomplete. Nowhere to go. X-Dawgs offense sputters in the red zone. And here comes chaos. Chris Boone coming out there. Taking over the role. Third quarterback that Chaos has used already. They had TJ in the opener against the Killer Bees. They had Tay in the second game with Cramp Central. Now they bring out Boone for the X-Dawgs. With a fourth quarterback at Houston who's an option too, if they were not to have the other three. We've seen him do some work at that position. Boone. Right side, Houston. We were wondering how this combination would look. We saw the wonders that Chris Boone did with Cannon Hall. Houston definitely a similar body type, similar skill set. Could perhaps see him be used in that regard a lot today. Ponte and Jay Black as well. Got to watch out for them. I saw your comment right after I had said that, TJ. That's funny. I looked up and I said that and saw that. Or I saw all that, whatever. That's funny. Boone stepping up. Chris Boone doing what Chris Boone does best. Torching secondary since 2017. 5 years of Chris Boone. 6 points for Chaos. 6-0, they lead early on the Dogs. That secondary getting exposed early on. And they had an easy time against Alex Foster and the Warriors. Boone just does that. He's been doing that for a long time now. 5 years in the Washington County Flag Football League has Chris Boone been in. He has never lost a regular season game in Washington County play. He does have a couple losses in KFFL, the Chaos and the X-Dawgs, the two teams on the field now. That was last season on a Cram Central team that was late most weeks. But he has not lost a single regular season game in Washington County play yet. That being said, 3 losses overall in league play. 4 technically, I should say. All of which have come in the playoffs, semifinals to the X-Dawgs in the fall of 17, AFN to the Chip in 18 of spring. Misfits in the fall of 20, championship. Who's trying to call in? Yeah, I don't know who you are. I'm definitely not accepting you. I don't think I can do call-ins, guys.
I got a white jersey in my car. Ready?
Boone throws back in the end zone. Jay Black. Bobble, touchdown. Or conversion, I should say. 7-0.
Hey, let's go. Let's go. Hey, okay. If you need a break, tell him. Let's go. Hey, G, let's go. Football. 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 Let's go.
I ain't know you guys see. 7-0 Chaos.
I gotta get you.
Secondary of X-Dawgs just completely exploited on that play. Too easy, too early. 7-0. Looks like Isaiah's in now.
Going outside, Boone can just step up. So I gave him a hesitate move. Then went hard again and was able to get around him, but Boone just barely.
7 up, hold down. Nowhere to go. Too easy, is what Hatch says. And one play. Oh, offsides on the defense. Well, maybe that's why it was so easy. It's on the defensive back. All right, so it wasn't on the line. That was not why. It was a good rush. DB's just got to be careful where they're lining up at. That's the one thing people lose track of.
Who they got? TJ at the Bees.
No, they're back to Devin.
Oh, Devin Urban?
Yeah. No Bees this week, however. Great completion there to the right side to Savage. And a nice game there by Ron. We'll move up the field. Second down coming.
Oh, they got a cap. Second down. My bad. I forgot about that little one. What, you gotta go to work or something? Cool.
No. I don't work on the weekend. Nowhere. They're just taking this game off.
Matt. Savage complete.
We don't want to. We did that in Ocean City too. We got into it. He told me to get the fuck out the field, go find another team. I was like, all right, bet.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying, bro. You can't be like that, bro. You gotta,
We'll move up the
that's more
field.
respect to your teammates, G. That's disrespectful, man. I mean, nothing really happened.
We'll go back here toward the end zone. X-Dawgs starting to move the ball a little bit. Boone and Eisenberg, two of the greatest in league play history. Both of them up there for most league championships. Matt's got 4. 3 for Boone and Washington County. We'll specify that a little more in a moment. Eisenberg almost nowhere to go and pulled right down. 4th down. Talk about success in league championships. Boone, as we mentioned, 3 Washington County championships, albeit he has not been on the winning side of that since fall of 2019. But in that span, outside of that, he has won the KFFL twice and gotten to the finals of both leagues on 3 different occasions, 3 championship losses in that span. Could easily have 8 championships, maybe even 9, if not for those final losses. But 3 in Washington County, 2 in KFFL. Eisenberg, 4 in Washington County. He's got 2 in KFFL. And they had 6 back in the day of the Shippensburg League. 12 overall for the X-Dawgs, too high, incomplete. And Matt Eisenberg. Only other QBs who can't compare in numbers would be Ryan Grable of Broad X, who won the fall championship of X in 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and 17. 6 in a row he had. Chris Boone 1 shy of that mark. But in recent years, within the last decade of Washington County, those 3 are the ones with the most local league championships. Matt with 4 county chips. Grable with 6, the most of the 3. Matt has the most overall in 9-man leagues, winning in both Shippensburg leagues over the years, as well as county. Boone moving around. Sac City, Keenan Puller. KP coming in and making a statement. He has played excellent defense today. Got to give it to Puller making his return to 9-man today. Last time we had a look at Keenan was with the Tri-State Spartans last year in the KFFL. Tri-State had an issue with numbers. They were trying to move KP. Didn't work out there. As a result, that group split up. Back today for the X-Dawgs. Boone back there in the gun. He's making an impact on his defense. Need guys like that. Complete left side. Houston. Too easy. Oh no, they're saying, wait, they're saying there's a pool somewhere. I'm about to say, it looks like they got a pull on Houston way back there, but a very late whistle. Very late whistle. I guess they missed a pull. But Houston is short. Third down coming up for Chaos. Talk about all-time meetings between these two. Chaos and X-Dawgs. First meeting 2 years ago in county. X-Dawgs beat Chaos 21-18 after Chaos jumped up to a lead on the X-Dawgs before Devin Redmond, running it in for the end zone, got hurt. The game turned around from there as the Dogs rallied to win it. Boone, that's definitely going to be a hold, I would imagine. Yes, sir. Tom's going to throw the flag. And that is a hold coming on the X-Dawgs defense as they threw Boone to the ground by his free smoke jersey. So the penalty flag coming out, and as a result of that, it'll be a gain for Chaos. Two met again last fall in KFFL. X-Dawgs were victorious in that one as well. And then they met 3 times last season in Keystone. X-Dawgs victorious. And all 3 meetings, including a 7-6 win in the semis. 5-0 all time is the X-Dawgs on Chaos. Boone throws right side Houston. Savage pulled down. Chris Boone and Matt Eisenberg have a history of their own. Many games against one another. Fall of 17, Boone with TMT beat Eisenberg in the regular season in the X-Dawgs 35-3. But the X-Dawgs returned the favor in the playoffs 14-13. Fall of 2018, they avoided each other in the regular season. Met in the postseason, however, in the semifinals. X-Dawgs rallied back 2 scores late in 3 plays. Nearly tied it up, but in the end, ADR was victorious in that one. Getting the revenge from that 17 meeting. Left side again. You got Levante on there, and that's going to pull him down. I'm hearing first down. Next time they met would end up being in the fall of 2019 in the league championship game. Twice, however, they met before that, I should say. Summer Sizzler Boone with TBT defeated the X-Dawgs 23-13, as well as 17-7 in that double-mission tournament. They met again in the fall championship. Boone and ADR victorious there, 35-14. Met again in the winter chiller. Matt got hurt early as TBT beat the X-Dawgs 37-0. Boone to the right. Running it. What are they going to say? Boone saying, Don and Boone say ball in. Brian says no. Tom says yes. Don says yes. Brian now says yes. Touchdown Chaos, 13-0. Touchdown it is. 13-0 Chaos. Conversion coming to make it 14-0. Wow. No. Where was the secondary?
Hey, come here. Defense, huddle up on me real quick. I got him. Yeah, let's keep it.
6-14 nothing now.
Hey, bud.
They feeling. Showtime beat X-Dawgs. That was Boone over Eisenberg again in 2020. Once in the regular season. Two faced off as well in KFFL last spring. Boone on the Reckless Villains, beating Eisenberg and the X-Dawgs. Met again as well in the KFFL last fall. Misfits victorious over the X-Dawgs there. Eisenberg and the Dogs beat Boone and Cram Central, however, back in the spring, 26-24. Completion left side. Wow. Finding a hole in this secondary now. Touchdown. X-Dawgs. 14-6. 14-6. 8-point game. Eisenberg of an answer of his own, and the X-Dawgs are back in it. Talked about chaos, finding holes. And the secondary, the X-Dawgs, Eisenberg and the Dogs just found a tremendous hole in that left side, and they exploited for a gain and a touchdown. As a result, 14-6 now is the score. And X-Dawgs back in it. The offense is solid for Chaos at the moment. Doing well. Defense, however, still having some of the struggles we saw last week against Cram Central, and that we have seen out of this defense since their incarnation in 2020. See what they can do to make an adjustment. Timeout is called. We'll update the score in a minute.
Hey, I was about to blow your white ass up.
4:18. 4 minutes, 18 seconds to go in the second quarter. Coming up next to be Warriors and Cram Central. Warriors over there, they're kind of blended in with the rest of the Chaos players. I have not seen Cram yet. I have not seen Cram. That's going to be the interesting factor here. Ball down, kick up. There is a flag, however. Looks like offsides. It won't matter. We're at a 14-7 ball game right now.
Let's go.
14-7. X-Dawgs back in it. They've shown they can get a pass rush on Chaos. It's just being able to get a stop on them. I mentioned it, Cram Central is supposed to be here next. The game's set to kick off at 11:30. We're a little early, but I don't see them yet. They got roughly 56 minutes to kick off there. Sorry, Don. I'll go around you. Boone stepping up.
Come on, Jut!
Oh no, that's a big mismatch. It's just been too easy. Boone Devontae again.
You need to go to cover 3.
Touchdown, 20-7.
Hey, I'm coming in, Boone.
Chaos right now having it their way with this X-Dawgs secondary. And we wondered coming in, how could this X-Dawgs secondary match up against Boone and this offense? And once again, Chris Boone, who has averaged almost 4 to 5 touchdowns a game on the X-Dawgs. The lowest amount being only 13 in that 2017 game. They already got 20 in this first half. It's the antithesis of the Warrior analogy with the X-Dawgs earlier. Boone and this offense has always had it their way, some way or another, with the Dogs secondary. Whether it's been ADR, TMT, TBT, Misfits, Reckless Villains, Chaos, Graham. Got it. Boone to Houston. We're going to switch it up. 21-7.
Yeah.
14-point game. 14-point game.
No eyes should be in the backfield. At all. No eyes in the backfield.
2 minutes, 1:55.
Good job, playing hard, dog. Keep playing hard.
Watch the swing. I got to go.
You got it, Coley.
Let me go over here. Heat is really on here. Eisenberg in the gun. He's got two backs. Stepping up. Throws it. Incomplete.
He looked your way when you were at the field. What? No, Matt, he looked your way when you were back out to see the throw that way, but you're on the field. Just giving you a heads up.
I didn't realize how close I was. I thought it was back there.
Trust me, Tommy, he's moving quick.
I know. I don't know where it went.
The real time?
I'm defense, so.
Right now it's 10:37. Tom has it. I haven't graduated to that level yet.
Should I get a decent shot?
Nor do I want to.
Yeah, that's just kicking and read.
I'm still rusty on the white hat.
Mag on to the right now. Oh, try Savage. Had to adjust to that one. Now, it looks like he might have taken a bad landing there. Yeah, he's down. Just holding on the offense, and we're going to walk away and turn around because he is down and hurt. Looks like he had a bad landing there more than anything. Savage is hurt. So there'll be a stop and play. Talked about it earlier, Boone against the X-Dawgs. He's beaten them with TMT. He's beaten them with ADR. He's beaten them with TBT. Beaten them with the Misfits. Beaten them with the Reckless Villains. Beaten them with Cram Central. A win here with Chaos. It'll be the 7th different team that Chris Boone has beaten the X-Dawgs with. Going back to their first meeting in 2017, 5 years ago. That's across 2 leagues, County and KFFL. TMT and ADR and perhaps Chaos. Showtime for County. He might actually have Showtime. It'll be 8 teams. Now that I think about it. 8 different teams Boone has had beat the X-Dawgs if he wins today. See what Eisenberg can do. The veteran trying to find another hole in that secondary.
There you go.
He has Coley. And Coley is broken up incomplete. And if he throws that in stride, Coley's going for 6.
Slow down, guys. Slow down.
They've had the opportunities in the shots. They just cannot get the connections. And on the opposite side, Boone and his Chaos offense finding holes. Tough to draw after playing a physical Warriors team as well, no matter what the score was. Chaos coming in fresh. Warriors got Cram Central next. I'm still looking around for Cram Central. Don't see him. Well, let's see if they get here. They got about 50 minutes to kick off for them.
Life gets in the way.
Yep, he's coming this way.
Eisenberg in the gun.
Guys, get the sideline, please.
Back up sideline.
Throws it right up. Oh, that's not a good collision. Coley and McKeon ran to the same area and they collided and both are hurt. And the X-Dawgs have had 3 injuries in that receiver position in the last 2 plays. That time they both were running towards the ball and they collided. Coley's back up and walking off the field, but McKeon is still down. That I heard the collision. That was not a good collision. I heard the impact of that. They were running the same, they hit the same area. They both were going for the ball, and because of that, it was like two cars hitting each other head on. I felt that hit. That was not a good sound. We'll walk away. Looks like they're going to walk McKeon off the field. No, that can't do it yet. Fourth down coming up for the X-Dawgs.
What's the score?
21-7 here in the first half.
Might be too many. Count them up. You got 10.
Chaos, as I mentioned, 4-6 in KFFL last season. 3 wins on Suicide Squad, 1 on Cram Central. 2-6 in Washington County. Wins there over the Warriors and Top Gun along the way. Semi-finalists in KFFL to the X-Dawgs. They're beating Suicide Squad in the play-in game. Wild card team in county. Lost to the Killer Bees in that wild card game. Overall, 1-1 this season. Victorious last week was Chaos on the Killer Bees, but they did lose to Cram Central. Overall, Chaos and 9-man for this year, sitting at 7-13, including a 1-2 postseason record and a 6-11 regular season record. This is their 18th 9-man game of the year.
21-7, guys.
This is the 15th game for the X-Dawgs this year.
This is way closer to the house, too, man. It's only 30 minutes away from the house. I'm asking for a sideline.
6-2 in the KFFL regular season. 1-1 in the playoffs, losing to Cram Central in the championship. 0-3 at Ocean City. Tough losses to very good AFN, Team Petty, and Steeler teams they had to face. The Dogs have definitely been competitive at the best. And that's been the standard for the last 20 years. They won many championships along the way. Too high, incomplete. Turnover on downs. Turnover on downs. First and goal coming up for Boone and Chaos. And they're looking to put an exclamation mark on this first half. And we might be taking a break. We'll see. Right now it's 21-7. Chaos, I believe, has only ran about 6 plays. And they got 3 scores. That's my estimate. All I know is no matter who it is he's thrown to, Chris Boone has found 6 points every drive. Trying to win the 9-man league he started in for the first time in 3 years. So imagine in that time he does have 2 KFFL chips. He's got 3 championship losses, 1 in KFFL, 2 in county. 9 opportunities overall in championship games. 5-4 the record there. Just trying to get 6 more points here. Left side, Vontae. The connection and rapport between these two is on an all-time high. Touchdown. 27-7. And if this holds up, Chris Boone, as we mentioned, will have his 8th different team win against the X-Dawgs. We talked about it. Too much talent, adrenaline rush, team blunt talk, showtime, reckless villains, misfits, cram central, chaos. If this holds up, that'll be the 8 teams that Chris Boone has played on and beaten the X-Dawgs with. A team that outside of that does not sustain many losses.
Hey, all your receivers got to tuck their shirts in underneath the belts.
Chris Boone has more wins against the X-Dawgs than almost any other team aside from Broadaxe combined in this region. Broadaxe the only other team to have beaten the X-Dawgs as many times in this area. Throws it back left. Wow. Right in it goes. 28-7. 28-7.
What, the last game?
No, because I won't be in the back.
Hey, it was so good. Let me know.
Hey, that's what
3-touchdown game. And we'll stay with this one as long as it's competitive. 4 touchdowns in the first half for Chaos. And this offense picking up where it left off last week on its 3rd different quarterback. TJ, Tay, and Boone. And to think we haven't seen all of them on the field yet together. We talked about it. We've had Boone and TJ. Too much talent, reckless villains, showtime. We've had Tay and Boone, misfits. We had Tay and TJ on Mayhem way back. Even AFN for a game, or a tournament actually. TJ was there too, or Hagerstown 17 for Tay. But the 3 together, and you throw Houston in there too. A lot of great athletes who just haven't been able to throw the ball just as well and catch. Way too high for Savage, incomplete. 2nd down coming up. Coming up next is going to be Cram Central and the Warriors. See how the X-Dawgs do here and what Chaos comes out with before we decide to move on. Oh.
Joey, I want that time stamping thing posted when Mr. 250 got scored on down here.
All right.
Minus 250 now.
Minus, oh.
I don't do back calls today.
They call Mr. 250 Ron Savage, but we have to start calling Don Savage.
I don't know about that.
Got him. Burnt toast.
Oh, incomplete. Nothing there.
How you gonna call somebody in that just got hurt? See what's up with Raleigh? You got something against me, yo. I don't like that shit.
Life is too short. I love everybody. I'm coming to your kitchen.
Come on, man. Come on, man. I'll throw it down. Actually,
Bring some shine, and we'll have some shine and wine, and you cook, and I'll help buy for the
you
food.
got tonight's Chinese, so I got some
Tonight's oh,
bang
man.
bang shrimp, and I got orange chicken, and
Teriyaki?
shrimp fried rice.
Yeah.
I got it. I got teriyaki chicken too. I
I
got
always
the
get
sauce.
that too. Beef
I make
fried
my own
chicken or
sauce.
beef fried rice?
Yeah, I make my own sauce too. I don't
Do you?
play. Yeah. Yes, we got. Don't play.
Hazelberg fakes, run to his right, throws it right back. The complete Dustin Mitchell. Dustin Mitchell finding a hole. Former Chaos player.
I got you.
Dustin was with Chaos the last 2 seasons in some facet or another, whether it be KFFL or County, and it looks like there's going to be a penalty on the X-Dawgs. Matt tried to rush it, but didn't quite work out there. I wouldn't have expected him to be that far off the field, though. That's me, too. I wouldn't have thought that. Mistakes happen. We saw Foster throw a ball to a center earlier, but it was B Mike, so it's understandable why you would think he's not a lineman. B Mike did pretty well at center, though. Y'all got to give it up for Brandon Mike. He's been telling me from day one he wants the ball, and today he played center, so now he has the ball every play. I got to give it to B Mike. That's tough. Center is the hardest position to play on the O-line. Yeah, X-Dawgs are trying to say that because he was coming off the field, but he's still on the field. It don't matter if he was in on offense or not. If you're on the field, you're on the field. If I say, no matter if he's coming off or not.
He can't even technically be on that sideline.
Yeah. Or was he over there?
I don't know where he was, but
I saw him run off, and that's what I was wondering. Because he was way up the field compared to everybody else was. They were trying to hurry, and it hurt them instead. Let's see what happens. Incomplete. I don't know what the clock is right now. Second. Second down. Who's got clock, Don? Tom has clock? Okay. Playing the role with Keith this week will be Tom. And playing the role with Tom will be Don this week. And playing the role with Don will be Brian this week. And playing the role with Brian will be, I guess, Brian too. Keith's usually the one who keeps the clock. That's why I made that. Yeah.
I don't like keeping the clock.
You gotta find like an electric one where someone just sits on there and just pauses it when need be one day. Be like a fourth consultant ref of sorts. I think that'd be a good role for a fourth ref. Consultant on the side. Incomplete. Third down coming up. We apologize for the angle from the X-Dawgs sideline. The sun is still behind this side. If I turn around, you wouldn't be able to see that side of the field at all. I'd rather be far away than to have to deal with the sun. You just talked smack a minute ago on live about him, Don. Come on.
Oh!
He said you're Mr. You said you're Mr. Minus 250 now. He said it right there on the live.
You heard that over there. We were laughing. Hey, that's why I said what I said.
Eisenberg. Man trying to run it. I think he's just shy, though.
Hey. Fourth down.
Great defense by Chaos.
Yes, he can.
Cram Central and the Warriors are next. I'm on the field.
That language is crazy. There's kids out here.
We have made a rule now, 1 year suspension for any cuss word you.
Are you serious?
No.
I'm about to say, Jesus. Nobody would be out here.
Come playoffs, everybody's got like 6 guys because everyone else is kicked out.
Right.
Any curse word, even the ones that nobody considers curse words anymore. I don't know what they're doing, but. Booth says that's halftime. They're saying the clock ran out. We'll see what's going on. Get a closer look. And they're saying that's it.
Don't let me try to explain it. I wasn't even in there.
At halftime, it looks like the score will be Chaos 28, X-Dawgs 7. We'll give them one more drive on each end. See if Chaos can score one more time or see if the X-Dawgs can get back on the board. Twenty-eight 7.
He ran around back there. When he threw it, he ran a little bit down there before he got other side, bro. If you're not going to go 100%, yo, don't come on the field, bro. And that's just that. I'm not pointing fingers at nobody, bro. But I shouldn't be in the only DNs getting to the fucking ball, bro. He's putting 2 tight ends on my side. So Rose will be putting on your side. He's not rolling to my side. So get to the fucking ball. God damn, bro.
Great first half for Chaos. 3-score lead.
All I'm saying, I'm not mad at nobody, bro, but what I'm saying, I shouldn't be doing everything on this play, bro. That other DN should be in.
Win here for Chaos to put them at 2-1 right now. They are about half a game behind the X-Dawgs for second place, and Crab Central as well. Though Crab Central technically would have a 1-game advantage given the head-to-head.
They need to put a bigger line out here.
Up here.
Okay.
Down there. I know you're looking for the 35 or some shit.
No, look for the mall.
4 yards from the top of the ring.
I've been looking for it.
Yeah, this one you can see more than
Down there, it's about half faded.
If you got any more, I wonder if there's paint up in the mud in that.
Yeah, I think
in that shit. Is it a can?
I keep asking Sean. I fucking come out here. Come out here.
We'll get ready for the second half. Looks like we're going to start from over here. I'm guessing that would mean Chaos is or X-Dawgs ball, but it didn't flip sides last game, so my memory is kind of hazy. Ain't the same Chaos, Graham. Live here from Antrim Township Park in Greencastle, Pennsylvania. Here at the Antrim Township, southern PA, just a little north of Washington County. We'll be just a little south of Washington County this spring, and we just a little north this fall. Southern PA been home with a lot of 9-man the last few years. KFFL in Shippensburg up north from 2018 to this year. A regular staple up there. County has been in Greencastle twice now. Once in the spring of 2019. We were up here at the high school, actually about 5 minutes down the road for that season. And then we came over here this year to Antrim Township Park, just a little down the road from the school and just a little over the border of Washington County. Been a while since we've been in our home area. Williamsport in spring of 21 down the river bottom. Marty Snook had historically been the fall home from 1993 to 2020. These last 2 seasons, though, no games played at Marty. We were at North High and South High on 2 separate seasons in the same year. South in the spring of 18 as well as 16. North in 18. League played regularly at South from 81 to 93. 93 being the first fall season of Snook. And prior to that was at River Bottom Park in Williamsport.
Walk on the field, let's go.
Park a little different back then. That was from 1970 to 1982. Overall, there have been officially 8 home facilities for the Washington County Flag Football League. Across the tri-state region. Boone dropped it. Looks like he tried to take off and didn't have the ball ready. Second down, we're going back up.
Second down, guys. Here we go. Second down.
Boone blaming the hill. He'll be running up that hill. I ain't going to go any further for the sake of the audience. 28-7. We'll see what Chaos does here. So far, they're dropping the ball. Throws it out there. Houston. Big gain. Biggest staple of the Chris Boone offense is his ability to find space between his receivers and their defenders. You give his receivers the smallest amount of space, even just the smallest, Boone will find the angle to make you miss on his receiver. And as we've seen a good bit today, it's going for 6 on 4 different occasions. Trying to go for a 5th one here. We'll stay with this one. It's still competitive in my eyes. We're not done yet. Boone, Sac City, beep coming in. 4th down now for Chaos. Will they punt or go for it? Undeclared. Don't be shocked if they go for it here. Chaos and Boone are looking to just get reps. They know that their offense is capable of moving it on the X-Dawgs defense. 2 of the 3 plays haven't gone their way so far. They had a drop snap and a sack by Beep a minute ago. They had a completion out there to Houston earlier. It's just about finding that right matchup. Let's see what they go with. I'll tell you something though, Houston's got a lot of space. And Boone makes them pay for that. I'm about to say there was at least 10 yards between Ron and Houston from back here from what I saw. And that's just an easy read if you're Chris Boone. Like we said, you can't give his receiver space. He's that kind of guy who everything you do, in the second half, Tyler, everything he does from the standpoint of that position, he looks for his receiver skills. He reads the DB, their position, their eyes, how they're playing the other receiver. He will dissect the secondary from back there. And if you aren't skilled at DB, it's a long day. B pulled the flag. He's starting to get back there. And that's what you need if you are the X-Dawgs, is you need guys who are quick on the inside and on the out to get to the flag. And that time, Chris Boone had nowhere to go. Second down. Chaos has gone backwards 3 different times on this drive. 2 because of sacks, once because of a bobble. But he can change this in an instant. See what Boone does. Looks, fires, complete, Redmond, pulled down. Vontae Redmond, arguably most improved of any player, becoming a 2-way threat, a major threat at that. He's had some big performances in the last year or so. Whether it is for this Chaos team or the stints he's been with at the Killer Bees. Played with them in Charm City and Ocean City. He's been with Chaos all year though. Him and his brother Devin separated for the first time. Devin on the Bees right now at QB. Vontae here still on Chaos. Throw is complete. Houston. Houston out the field. Houston out the field. Big game, first down. (28-7) here in the third. Like we said, we'll see what Chaos does, and we'll see how X-Dawgs respond. And if Chaos scores and the Dogs don't, we'll cut it from there. 28-7 in the second. Blowouts today. Warriors a -27. Dogs at a -21 right now. One more score conversion. Yeah. On incomplete. And that plus margin that the X-Dawgs built up will be evaporated. Courtesy of Chris Boone and this Chaos offense. Talk about those 5 league championships. 3 with ADR Boone had, beating Ruckus in the fall of 18. Beat Broad Axe in the spring of 19. X-Dawgs in the fall of 19. 2 in KFFL. 1 with Team Blunt Talk over the Killer Bees in 2020. And the other with Cram Central this past spring over the X-Dawgs. Boone right side, Houston. Just shy. Just shy.
No. Hey. Go up and get one on it. Yeah. Go wider. Hey. Wider. Hey. Not that way, right there.
Here we go. Keep an eye on some of these matchups. Matt's going to rush Boone. Complete left side. Vontae. Good pull. Shawn Michael coming in.
Hey, Vontae, just run.
No declaration from Boone and Chaos. X-Dawgs defense standing up here in the red zone. They'll say flag got pulled. It looks like Houston and Ron are both down. Houston will slow getting up. Ron's still down. Now he getting up. Turnover on downs. X-Dawgs keep the ball. .320 and running. See what the Dogs could do here. Down late.
Somebody safe. My legs are a little. Must be first week. Checking over here, guys. I'm over here.
Hey, mismatch.
Mismatch. I'm over here.
Got Judd lined up on the outside and nobody on him. Pop pass, good play to Riley. Pulled right down.
Yeah, tell him. I like that, John. Wide open.
Dogs have a shot late.
Hey.
I was about to say there was not a single soul there.
Second down.
Judd was at 50. Yeah. He was wide open. I don't think I've ever seen anybody that open.
Well, no, I've cleaned them.
He baited it inside.
But that was just
Yeah. They weren't even looking that way. Gotta respect Jutt's pass catching ability. He is one of the better pass catchers out there. Now they're gonna put Brady Benner on him.
There you go.
I'd like to see this matchup. Matt gonna look left instead. Too high, incomplete. Third down.
Everybody good? Everybody good?
Right flag.
Jack, you good?
I got my guy cooked. Hey, man.
I got
Other receiver, get in. They call you one cut Jut, man. One other receiver, get out there. He didn't even look at me. I cooked that guy. Too many.
Go over here. The members of Cram Central arriving. They got the Warriors at 11:30. Oh, sorry. That'll be the final game of the day. And then we'll be back next Saturday for more. Matt. Caught. Pull right down.
Yo, keep going at that. He's doing that all game, bro. Keep going at that matchup, bro. That's all game.
Big play, first down.
First down.
That first play, though, man. J-Block is 30 yards away from me.
Yeah, John, I thought he was going to throw it to me. So I'm like, damn, I can actually block
I was like, who blocked him? I stepped on
J-Block 2 more yards.
channel my inner
Come on, Thad, let's go.
against the Niners.
Quarter. Fourth quarter coming up for the X-Dawgs. Down 28-7.
Everybody's good.
Eisenberg. Sacks, nowhere to go. Back go to Dogs. Warriors, Cram Central next. See if the Warriors do a quarterback. It was Alex Foster the first game, but Collar Todd came in on the final drive. We'll see if they'll go Todd or Foster.
I'm out of shape. Nah, for real. Hey.
Complete left side. Rye Savage pulled right down.
Hey, good play, Ron.
We'll move down the field. Sun's still a little bright. So we mentioned Cram Central and Warriors coming up next. Final game of the day. X-Dawgs down 28-7 in the fourth quarter. Win here for the Dogs and put them at 2-0, but it don't look good. 1-1 seems more likely with a +6 on the day. They had +27 earlier, down 21 now. Eisenberg throws it up. Caught Mitchell. First down. Talk about it. Mitchell getting a lot more reps of receiver than he was with Chaos toward the end. Starting to thrive in this system. That combination started working together around Ocean City. We saw him on the X-Dawgs.
Hey. Hold headlock. We wrestling out here what, bro? We wrestling out here what?
Going to the end zone. 28-7 here in the fourth. We'll go back at the end zone. Savage making moves in the end zone. Touchdown, Ron, Mr. 250. There is a flag, however. Tom has thrown a flag. Well, let's see. I think Tom might be calling.
That's me, boom.
Stop playing lazy.
I got you. Yeah, I got you.
Tom will call it off. Still a touchdown.
That's ridiculous.
That's cool.
28-13.
Huh? No.
I should have bought you up.
Right now it's 28-6. So it's,
No, they scored earlier.
huh? That's what I said. It's 28, and then they just now scored.
Yeah, 28-13. The
No,
Dogs
they
have
just got 6.
But no, the Dogs have scored now. They're 13.
No, they don't have 7 as far as I know.
Terrible out here, bro.
They had 7 at the start of the drive.
Bro, you snapped on me, bro. What are you talking about?
I swear they scored earlier in the half. Yeah.
But then when I started hitting niggas in that mouth,
Don's got a different score than I do. I thought they had a score earlier. Left side batted it complete. It was somewhere back there.
Hey, fellas, that last play was on me.
no, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. Shut up. No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. Shut up. Let's go. Y'all got trouble on me. Let's go, bro. That's how trash it is.
That's what I thought too, John. I got a memory of that. That's why I was confused about what Don was trying to say. It's 28 to, yeah.
Come on.
50.
No, 28-13. No. Jay Black.
6 minutes to run.
2 touchdowns, 1 conversion. That's 13.
Right there. Let's go.
Here we go. Boom. Redmond left side, pulled down. Nowhere to go. Boone yelling at Jay Blatt. 15-point game here in the 4th quarter. The Dogs might still have a good point differential. Now that point differential is actually 12. It was going down. They were looking at a -1, but now they're at a +12. They score one more, then all of a sudden it's not too bad of a day from that perspective. Got to get some kind of stop here and another score to get back in it. Still very much alive are the X-Dawgs. Boone. Stepping up. Sacked. Beep for the 3rd time in this game has gotten to Boone. 3 sacks by Beep on Boone. And Beep finding a new role later in his career. The 9-man. Typically playing in that receiver position. Always lined up with Dustin Mitchell, but playing on the inside as a pass rusher right now. And he's made a huge difference for this X-Dawgs D-line in terms of trying to get stops on Boone. In fact, Chaos held scoreless so far in the second half. There was a lot of points in the first, 35 combined, only 6 since. Chaos got down the field earlier, but they did not convert in the end zone. X-Dawgs trying to get a stop here and perhaps another score to pull within 1 score. Still time for an onside too. Sack on Boone, nowhere to go. Where's that at? Was his safety? Let's see what Tom says. Tom says at the 1. They're saying that Boone, not in the end zone. So still 28-13. Undeclared coming. That was very close to a safety. And that would have changed it. Houston back here punting. You remember the Cram Central game last week. Well, it looks like it's going to be J Black instead. Never mind. Originally, I thought it might be Houston. They're going to put Houston on Jutt instead. And J Black's going to punt it. We're going to try to get the best angle we could. That line's pretty far back there, though. I think J Black should be fine as long as it don't go too high or low. To the side instead it goes. And it's a wobbler. Gonna return it out. Hold down. Dogs have great field position. Opportunity here late in the game to perhaps pull within one score. That's money. Touchdown, X-Dawgs. 9-point game. 9-point game. 28-19. And to think they were on their deathbed roughly a quarter ago when Chaos drove down to the 3, but they got a stop. Took what would have been a 28-point Chaos lead potentially, and now it's only 9. A 19-point swing from where we could have been. And so far, the X-Dawgs have outscored Chaos 12-0 in this half after being outscored by Chaos 28-7 early on. Two minutes is called. So they will have an onside kick opportunity.
2 minutes, boo.
Dogs got to get a stop, or got to get a conversion here. Chaos got to get a stop. Boom saying, stop messing me up. To try to pull within 7. Eisenberg. Sacks. Kiefer coming in. X-Dawgs down by 9. Cram Central Warriors next. Dogs technically could go for an onside kick here. They're down by 9 with under 2, but it don't look like they're going to bother. So no onside kick by the X-Dawgs. They'll defer. And Chaos here can run the clock out with 2 minutes to go. So well, hold on. What's Tom talking to Don about? So no onside kick for the X-Dawgs. All right.
Let's go.
Questionable decision by the Dogs late here. Down by 9 and no onside kick. Complete left side, Devontae. They got confidence in their defense and it's admirable, but this is not a time to play around with the clock. Cram Central warming up. 140 and running. Looks like Cram's got about 8 or 9 over there. That team played late all last season up north. Boone and Company running the clock down.
How much time is left? Enough for us to come back.
Offsides, first down.
Enough for us to come back. Enough for us to come back. Houston.
9-point game. Warriors versus Cram Central next. See what Cram has. They're looking real light over there. They ain't got much time for a turnaround either. 4 minutes to that kickoff is supposed to be, but it'll probably be closer to 11:35, 11:40, depending on how this finishes. Complete Houston. Houston got a big gain, first down. Chaos moving the ball. Timeout X-Dawgs. They went here for Chaos and put them at 2-1. It would give them the most wins in the league at 2. Dogs have 1, Warriors have 1, Cram has 1, Bees have none. Loss here for the X-Dawgs to put them at 1-1. They'll be tied record-wise with the Warriors, but they'll have the edge in head-to-head, depending on what happens, because that'll all change after the Warriors Cram game. We'll see what happens there. Killer Bees, as mentioned, they're last. They'll stay last after this week.
No, I did a first down. I did an error. Exactly, why the 137? If I have a 30-second play clock and it's starting at 2 minutes, how can it be 137?
Because we jumped in.
It don't matter, the clock stays running. Yes, it's on y'all, not us.
Back up.
Ready?
Boom. Jay Black. Pitches it back to Vontae. Who's going to pitch it back to Houston? Who's going to get held? Pulled down. Big gain first down. Big gain first down. Boone's still upset over the clock situation. It won't matter though, as Chaos will go to 2-1 with this win.
I know, that's what I was telling him. Ready?
Boone, right side. Touchdown. Chaos. Brockline. Got your jersey in the car. Yeah. I'm running over after the game. I actually had that in the car, didn't I? That's funny. Brockline looks like he's cramming it up today with Cram Central against his old team, the Warriors. We'll see how that goes today. Warriors getting ready, warmed up. Cram Central warming up, so they're getting more bodies in.
Ready?
Conversion coming. Rush coming. Boone stepping up. Pulled down from behind. 34-19 will remain to score. 15-point game. X-Dawgs sitting at a +12 for today with a 1-1 potentially. Still a pretty good margin. That'll put them above the Warriors right now in that battle for third place. Cram Central sitting at first. Chaos, if this win, will propel themselves over the Warriors and the X-Dawgs to second place at 2-1. With a shot at first place, depending on the result of Cram and Warriors after this. We'll see. The X-Dawgs will be awaiting that result too. Killer Bees will stay last. They're currently a game down from the Warriors. 2 games technically, as the Warriors would have the tiebreaker on the Killer Bees.
I was actually going to play today, but justifiably my wife wasn't really approving of it, so...
Heisenberg. Fakes.
There it is, Dad.
Too high, incomplete.
Don't you have vert, man?
15-point game here in the fourth quarter.
Jut ups right there, man.
Chaos, a point differential right now, plus 24 on the year at 2-1. Technically, back on Cram. But if a win today by Chaos and a loss by Cram, Chaos will be sitting up there and would be tied with the Warriors, oddly enough, for first place. So these standings are just all over the place right now. Could have the 3 different teams be sitting in the first by the end of the day.
There you go. Come on, Ron.
Complete left side, Savage. Pull down.
Don't play patty cake. I'm not playing patty cake. Let's go.
Clock running down late.
Even if it's your man. Even if it's your man. You cross your face, take it down.
I know you don't like wearing the boom.
Play left side of Riley.
Get out the way, dummy. Way to body up, Crystal.
It's the second time, Riley.
Way to body up here, lady.
Hey, Ron, you good?
And Crystal getting involved in the action there. Taking photos on the Chaos/Warrior sideline. Clock running down late. X-Dawgs down by 15 against Chaos. 2 scores for them in the second half. 1 for Chaos after a 4-touchdown first half by this Chaos squad. Heisenberg, middle complete. Pulled down.
On the line.
And we'll keep walking.
Play the line, Dad.
Hurry up. Hey, bro, good try when it's like 50 seconds left in the game to start trying to juice.
You was trying the whole game.
Hey, I've been killing the whole game.
Trying the whole game. Don't say you just trying to start to get juice.
Heisenberg moving. Nice gain. This might be one of the longest final 2 minutes I've seen.
Oh, help! Get him out of here! Some strong guys in there! Spicy chicken sandwich!
I'll tell you what I want. No, no. They probably the thing.
Hey, everybody's over here! Gotta slide!
Oh, head top. He's holding.
Got it deep, incomplete. Don says uncatchable.
After the hold, it became uncatchable.
Hey! Ready, stay up! Everybody, worry about it! We just playing flag football. There's no hems out here, bro. Just averaging okay. There's no hems out here, bro. Nobody is hem. There's nobody getting paid for this. No hems, bro.
Let's see what they do here.
Yeah. He's little man syndrome.
Deep. That is a catch. Yes, sir. No, incomplete. Incomplete. Don says out of the end zone.
That was 9 seconds, right?
2 more seconds in what has been the longest 2-minute drill I've seen. Chaos got the ball with 2 minutes to go and drove down the field. X-Dawgs have had at least 6 plays since. Last play of the game. It's been a long, long second half. Complete McKeon, pitch back Eisenberg. Great run by Matt here, and he's pulled down shy by Benner. That'll do it. Chaos 2-1 now on the year. They defeat the X-Dawgs 34-19. They'll have one more game left on this rotation. That'll be next week when Chaos takes on the Warriors. Dogs now 1-1 on the year. They're at a +12 for today. Victorious over the Warriors, lost to Chaos. They'll have a doubleheader with Bees and Cram Central next week. Take a look at the standings. Cram Central, first place, 1-0. Second place right now is Chaos at 2-1. Third place, X-Dawgs have a head-to-head on the Warriors at 1-1. Fourth place are the aforementioned Warriors. And last place is the Killer Bees, 0-2. They trail the Warriors by a full 2 games. 1 game and a head-to-head tiebreaker advantage. We're going to step off the field and get ready for Warriors Cram. I'm Joey Blaze. We'll see you in a few.